Alright, so this is definitely not a Turkish thing, at least I don't think, but rather just shitty architecture of this house. But basically, I need to use a key in order to leave the apartment. Oh, it's already open. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. The Airbnb host was like, yeah, people always forget to lock it and shit, so make sure you lock it when you leave. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alright, sorry for that lame introduction, guys. Welcome. It's my first day in Turkey, Istanbul. I'm so excited to finally see the city, and I'm so excited that I actually brought trail mix with me. Delicious. Oh, in case I don't get any food today, but heard that's not an issue here because this is like the food capital of the world. Turkish metro station. So when you're in Turkey, you need to get yourself a Istanbul card, and the reason being is because you don't want to be basically paying for every single ticket that you get. This is easy. It's like a Compass card in Vancouver. You just tap it every time you get into the gates, and then that's pretty much pays for your fare right there. So it's super easy. Turkey is actually very futuristic, more so than Germany, I have to say. So honestly, Deutschland, pick up the pace. I don't know if you saw that, but you have to walk into a metal detector right before you get into the train station. So that is cool. That's really, really good national security, and that's really not a bad idea. So it's nice getting to see the city during the day because it's actually full of people. It's still unorderly, but it's like really, really nice seeing how packed it is, considering it's only a Wednesday, so it's like a working day right at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. What I really like is that there's really no rules for crossing the street. You just kind of look, and then there's a car coming, you just go. Like, they're pretty good at stopping for you. I actually wonder what like the pedestrian accident rate is here, because I feel like it's high, but also I feel like just the people know how to navigate across the traffic in cities like this. Because if you don't know how to drive here, then, well, you're kind of screwed. I feel like if you know how to drive here, you know how to drive anywhere in the world. One thing I actually like doing in every new city I go is to compare the Starbucks prices. I hear that Turkey actually has one of the cheapest prices for Starbucks, so let's see if that's a myth or if it's true. Caramel macchiato and the 10. Alright, so the test is Starbucks in Turkey cheaper, and I have to say that it is not a myth. So I paid a total of 30.75 lira, because I also wanted to get a sandwich as well for breakfast. But the caramel macchiato itself was 15.75 lira, which comes to about $3.50 Canadian. This would have cost me about $6 in Canada for the same venti caramel macchiato, and I have to say, it tastes just like the original. So that's another thing you're not going to find in an American Starbucks, and that's cats walking around the store. It's really like therapeutic, honestly. Like, I feel very relaxed right now, but also a little bad because I think he wants food, and he's definitely a stray cat and he's hungry, but also I don't know if he has like some kind of a disease or something, so I don't want to risk it. Alright, sweet. I just got my SIM card for my phone, so now finally I'm connected and I have internet everywhere I'm going. And honestly, I know it sounds kind of lame, like Farzan, you could totally travel without internet. But no, it's just so much easier when I have the maps on my phone, and I know you could do offline maps, but like sometimes I want a good restaurant recommendation and I need to know how to get there, and I want to read reviews for it, so that's why I need internet. I paid about 30 Canadian dollars for it, but 130 Turkish lira. Originally costed 150, but I only had 130 in my pocket, so I told the guy, hey, this is all I can do, I'm sorry. And he's just like, yeah, it's good. And I'm like, sweet. So maybe that's how I'm gonna barter from now on. I'm gonna carry minimal cash in my pocket and just say, hey, this is all I got, dude. Like, can't do anymore, sorry. And then they'll just have to like deal with it. I'm about to enter the Blue Mosque right now, and I'm really excited for this. It's going to be quite the experience. Right next to me you see foot washing stations, because that is an important thing to do before you pray, I believe, in Islam. So before you're allowed to go into the mosque, you need to take your shoes off and put them in a little plastic bag. So I'm going to do that out of respect. So I don't really want to be a negative Nelly or anything, but I am out of money and I don't know what to do. Like, deadass, just my card does not work at any ATMs. My card does not work when I want to pay for anything, and I canceled my MasterCard because I lost it. So now I'm kind of broke, going around the city with absolutely no money but euros, which I don't think will work here, and don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna have to wait until my mom wakes up in a few hours until I can sort all of this out. I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, this is like the weirdest thing I ever saw, and unfortunately I couldn't get it on video because it just happened so freaking fast. But these kids just jumped on the back of a tram that was literally moving, and then they hung onto it and they were just riding with the tram. Kids will be kids. How else do you entertain yourself in such a big city like Istanbul? Alright, I just walked past this mosque called the Nuri Osmaniye Mosque, and it's one of the first barrack-style, westernized mosques in pretty much all of the Ottoman Empire, so that's what this one is known for. It looks pretty barrack to me by my standards of traveling Europe and seeing a lot of barrack. I don't know what you guys think. It kind of all looks the same, but this looks like a really cool mosque, so let's check this one out. Magical about all of these mosques. They're just so interesting, so cool, they're so historical, and what's awesome is that none of it was destroyed. So some fun facts about the Nuri Osmaniye Mosque right behind me, which literally translates to the light of the Osman, which Osman I believe means the sky, is that it has 174 windows, which allows a lot of natural light into the mosque. What's also cool is that rather than those minarets, or those basically pointy things that are sticking out of a lot of the mosques, which is a very common architecture for mosques, rather than being made out of bronze, they are made out of stone. So that's why this is more of a barrack style mosque, I would suppose. Alright, so about the whole me not having money, I actually had 10 euros in my pocket, like I mentioned earlier, and fortunately for me, I found a non-commission exchange place where I could give them my 10 euros and get in return something around like 60 Turkish lira, I believe. So hopefully that sustains me for at least like a water, because my lungs are drying up, and maybe even lunch and a snack. I think I should be able to do that. It's really cheap as long as you're smart and you stay away from the tourist places. So yeah, I'm actually happy that that worked out in the end. If any of you guys ever come to Turkey and you're looking for some Gucci flip-flops, well, I have some incredible news for you. Fuck it, bitch in my socks. Oh my god, I hate myself. What I find really fascinating about Istanbul is how many of these shoe shops there are. Like right now, I just walked through this little part where they were just unboxing all of these shoes and putting them on display. And I remember my dad telling me that when he used to live in Istanbul, like 30 years ago, he used to sell shoes too. And it's crazy how this industry is still booming, or I don't know if it's really booming, but if there's so many of them everywhere, then they must be making some amount of money at least to get by, or at least to break even. So yeah. So I just got me some Lipton tea. It's watermelon flavored, which I've never seen before, and it costed 6 liras, but I only had 5, so I used the same technique that I had before, and I said, sorry dude, I only got 5, and he says, no problem, it's good. Yeah man, I saved a whole lira. One whole fucking lira, which is like 15 cents, but every cent counts, right? A friend of mine who used to live in Istanbul told me that the places that look the most disgusting most likely have the best tasting food. So I took her advice and I went to this shop that was just on the side of the road, literally falling apart. It was definitely not up to food standards, but that's okay because the food looks really tasty. And decided to come and get a little bit of a view as well by the water. So on that side over there you can actually see Asia, and at present I'm sitting on the European side. I don't think I'm ready to go to Asia yet. I don't know, I've never been to Asia before. It's like a different continent. I feel like I'm in a, I don't know, just change once I cross to the other side. What if I never want to come back to Europe after that? That's kind of scary, don't you think? So I was just enjoying my lunch right between Asia and Europe, and then my little friend Patches over here decided to join me, and he won't stop purring at me. I know he wants food, but Patches, I'm so sorry. I'm so hungry myself, and I'm just in not the mood today to share my food. So these two students just came up to me and they were telling me about how they started this photography club at their university, and they aren't getting enough funding from their school or from the state, and if they could take a photo of me, a Polaroid photo of me, in order to show my support for their club. And I also had to pay 10 liras for it, which was only a couple of euros, but that's okay. At least the money is going towards a good cause, and I got a cool Polaroid photo out of it in front of the Blue Mosque behind me. Guys, this is no joke, but Turkish ice cream is seriously the tastiest thing. Like, it's gooey and it has this really great texture to it. And the guy that was serving it to me was doing all these tricks. Like, he gave it to me and he's like, psych, gave it to me again, psych, and gave it to me, and I grabbed it, and it turned out there was 2 cones. So then he pulls out the other cone, and then I'm just holding an empty cone with no ice cream. And then like I go and grab it again, and then it's just like ice cream. So I touch my ice cream, get chocolate all over my hand, and I was like, do you do this every single time? And he's like, yes. And I was like, damn, that is ice cream with a service. I like it. Kind of gross though when I think about it, because I was touching all those other ice cream cones that he ended up just putting back in the pile of other ice cream cones, which is probably going to sell to another customer, which makes me wonder who is touching my ice cream cone before I just consumed it now. Alright, so I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna try to get up to the roof, because the roof was actually not open, unlike what it said on the internet. So now I take matters into my own hands. Alright, so this is how high I got, but I'm really not sure how steady that is. So I think I'm gonna actually go down because I don't want to hurt myself. Alright, so it didn't work. I actually got caught by the man who works in the house that was right in front of it. He said that, no, you should go back down. I actually don't know what he said. He was speaking Turkish with me. I was speaking Farsi, and I was like, can I come up? And he was like, no, it's not safe. It's like, okay, understandable. He's just like, yeah, go down, yavash, yavash, which means careful, careful. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do that. So yeah, too bad. And I missed the sunset too, but I bet it must have been nice.